Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Bastards post-game show. We are here to talk on the second to last game, game number 161 of the season for the Red Sox. Goes down the drain. The Red Sox lose by a final score of 5-2. Kutter Crawford shined in this one. I'm not even going to say it might have been. It was his best start of the season.
Yeah,
Yet, Alex Cora pulls him. The bullpen surrenders. Red Sox had a little bit of a fight towards the end, but not enough mustard on it to get the victory. I want to welcome Brendan in. There's a reason that I said mustard because he's wearing that yellow City Connect jersey, which we talked about off air. It would have been cool to see it worn on the road, but there's got to be some MLB rule that you can't wear the City Connects on the road. It's stupid, but
I think
that's that's
so.
that's what at least my take is on it. How you doing?
So Nick, if you're looking at who to keep between your young arms with the starting rotation, Hauk and Cutter, I think Cutter. I mean, who knows what Hauk's going to see tomorrow? I'm not going to base it all off of this last set of 4 games
Yep.
on who to keep, but one of them's going to go and one of them's going to stay as ideally that number 5 slot. I think that comment from Alex Cora about Chris Hill starting on opening day, I think that is just what else is he going to say in that moment? I could see hit. I think the first job of the next GM is to move Chris Sale. You're going to get 2 legit starters, one off free agency, one off trade. You're going to bring in Yamamoto as well, Bayo, and then you're going to hold on to either Hauk or you're going to hold on to Kutter Crawford. And one of those two will be your number 5 starter. You have a legit starting rotation that can contend in a very serious AL East. It's not your back playground anymore. This is a legit show, a legit division. I think the West actually outperformed a little. I mean, it's in entertainment value at least, but the East and the West have been insane this year.
Yeah, I'm going to echo the same sentiments that you said there as well. The other thing with the Orioles is there was just a big extension from the ballpark for Camden Yards. The Orioles would be there for another 30 plus years. So that's a committed team and a
Yep.
committed organizational group. And that is one of the best ballparks in baseball. Let's be real here. That park is sick, sick. And it's a place that you must get a chance to see. I've happened to see it. I haven't been to a game. I have seen it. I've been around it. I know exactly what a lot of people say with it. Absolutely, it's one of the top parks in Major League Baseball. I was lucky enough a month ago today, believe it or not, it was in Pittsburgh at PNC Park, and that is another one that I highly recommend you going to see, especially to experience the city and the life and everything around there. Really fun if you haven't got a chance to see any of those parks. It's one of my bucket list items is to go around and see all those parks in baseball
Oh yeah.
and to say that I've been to each one. That is one of my bucket lists, and I got to do it. I think that would be pretty cool. But that's for a Sports Zone road trip at some point. We'll do that. That's for another story. The other story I want to talk about, and you mentioned Kutter Crawford on where his place is here on this team for next season. I was a little agitated this morning, not because I was tired waking up having to work a full day, but because when I opened up the lovely X Twitter, see, I'm getting good with this now. Now I'm not just saying Twitter, it's X Twitter, we'll call it. Alex Spear and Chris Smith, they're the little nerd herd of John Henry, had a story out there about how, we gave up on Nick Pivetta. Why don't we really ink him to a long-term deal? He's going to place in fine as our 5 and stuff like that. You have to worry about a number 1 and a number 2, not a number 5 starter.
Oh
No,
yeah.
we should not even be having a story about that right now. I'm not saying that Nick Pivetta didn't do a great job this second half and going from the bullpen and reestablishing himself. Would I want him back next year? Sure. On a friendly team style deal? Sure, I would. But if you're really that concerned about who your 5th starter is for next season, get a life. Get a life. because that is Loserville City, and I am not putting up with that again for next season. That is pathetic if we're worried so much about a number 5. You need to worry about your 1s, your 2s, and your damn 3s before you worry about your lovely cast of misfits that have spotted all around this team. And then Cora has the audacity today before the game to come out and say that Josh Winchowski can be a starter for next season. Are you out of your freaking mind? You're out of your mind.
What? When did you hear this? What?
We're going to ruin his career just like Garrett Whitlock. Get ready, folks. Get your popcorn ready because here it comes.
Lord.
I am at the stage now where I do not want Alex Cora near this club next season. That's where I'm at right now.
Nick, this is what I've been telling you about when it comes to Cora taking over the GM role. He's wicked attached to these players on his club.
Players manager, players GM.
Kike Hernandez in the shortstop position. The nerds, the analysts, we're all telling him, look, it's not working. And he keeps telling you, well, he has the mechanics. He's just a little robotic, as he says. And then you get it just terrible. And then they bring in Pablo Reyes and he does fine. So he has too much attachment. I think he needs to grow up a little bit when it comes to taking on a new role, especially as the GM.
I don't want him here anymore. I really don't. Clean. I don't want him as my GM. I don't want him as my manager. I think he's I think he's one of the problems with with this whole team and organization right now. You want me to be real? I'll be real with it. Clean slate is what this team needs.
And would he succeed in a big market contender like a star-studded New York Mets, New York Yankees? I think so. Look at the 2018 Sox. He can manage the personalities, manage the superstars, make big game decisions, and win a World Series. But when it comes to getting into the dance right now, the Red Sox aren't there yet. They're in another losing season. They're going to get last place for the 3rd time in 4 years. If he's calling the shots and putting Pivetta, Houck in the starting rotation again, this isn't going to cut it. This team wasn't good enough. He wants to have Sales start. This team was not good enough. Straight up, for a 162-game season, you can't rely on these guys. You need to change it up. This wasn't good enough.
You want a lot of clicks on this one, Brendan? Because here it comes. I'm gonna really get you all agitated with this take. At this current moment, with how I feel right now with Alex Cora, I actually feel like John Farrell was a tad bit better than what Alex Cora is right now. Here's why. World Series.
I know.
Had at least some playoffs there. What's Cora got? 2 World Series in 2021. Luck in a bottle. You've got Loserville 2022 and now 2023. So Farrell was pretty good as a pitching coach. Pretty good. And the pitching was a little bit better with him under the fold as manager. Right now, we're starting to see it coming downward trend. I want to be wrong on that. I really do. But at the current moment, with some of these stupidity statements and this managing, I'm not feeling that hot right now with Cora. Not feeling that hot. If some of you want to tell me to settle down on that, I'm fine with that. I'm just telling you how I'm feeling tonight. Tonight, right now, I'm feeling like maybe things were a tad bit, this teeny tiny bit better when Farrell was your manager.
Where I can see your point is goes back to my managing the big personalities. He's going to try to vouch for Dave Bush and look at Ryan Brazier post 2018 with the Red Sox. Terrible. He leaves, he goes to LA, and he's amazing.
And they fix him. And the Red Sox can't because we're Loserville Boston Red Sox.
And he can't do anything in Boston. So that's where I can see him vouching for Dave Bush and the pitching coach, the pitching philosophy. It needs a whole revamp. This wasn't acceptable. This team was a disgrace to the city this year.
Well, our misery is almost over, folks. Don't you
thank
worry.
God.
The misery is almost over because the calendar is flipping tomorrow to October 1st, and the
One
Red
more
Sox 2023 season can be flushed out to sea. We will be out to sea tomorrow with you, a little bit later, around like that 7 or 8 time frame, with a seasick patch to make sure we digest all of the loveliness that happened from this season. Make sure to tune in. We'll see you soon. Have a
So
good one.
long, y'all.